Welcome to the Weekly Hijack.
Hello, everyone.
This is a Once Upon a Time edition. What was the name of this
episode? I didn't catch the episode name actually this time. Anyone?
No.
Bueller. Can we see the episode title? Dreamcatcher.
Dreamcatcher. I really like this episode.
This was a strong episode. This whole scene's been good, but this was a really good episode.
I don't know that I even have anything to really complain about. Zach might, but I thought there was really good character stuff all around.
You know why this episode was so good?
Why was this episode so good?
No
Zach?
charming? Is that what you're going to say?
The charmings weren't in it very much. I mean, really, you look. I mean, that's not the main reason, but no, this was a really. It was. I am with Tim. I'm not sure I have anything really to complain about, which is pretty surprising.
It all felt like it all made sense,
And
logical. It all fit together really well. I was thinking about what you said last time about Henry not really doing a lot about his mom, which he sort of does in he provides a distraction, but he was also doing something else in this episode. But it occurred to me that the writers had a hard time with Henry since his main purpose early on was to kind of get the plot rolling, to get the adults to pay attention and do this stuff. Now everyone's kind of on the same page, so it's left Henry kind of in this void without really having much to do. And this, I don't know, this girl courtship thing has been really fun.
Well, what's interesting is that at first, the beginning of the episode is almost like, they're trying to save Merlin thing, and we have the B plot of kind of this fun romantic thing. And then they do a really nice thing at the end where suddenly it's like, it dovetails, but it double dovetails because the horse thing was a setup.
Yeah. And it wasn't just that they got
the tear they needed,
but that she set it up to get the tear.
Yeah.
I mean,
though, now that I think about it, how did she know the other one wasn't going to
That's what I did not know.
Though that could have happened, you don't know the timing, so it's possible that
happened before they figured out it was going to be, before
Regina started.
Regina thought it was going to be her.
Or she already knew
that
memory wasn't going to be enough. That's a little right there. That's a little.
It's possible. I mean, she seems to have some sort of general Dark One knowledge that.
Yeah, this episode it was weird because it started off she knows all this stuff, and then you learn how. But it's almost like she's been listening to Rumple for a bit.
Yeah,
outside,
that's entirely possible. We didn't see his evil.
No,
conscious
but
self
I had the sense that behind all was this sort of
she's been fed information,
or at least she's like, I'm going to just get it done. And this whole season they've been moving fast.
They have, which I appreciate.
They haven't dilly-dallied or anything, and every episode seems to do something important.
We call that panned.
They haven't panned. Nice, but yeah, the dovetailing of what seemed like just a humorous B plot into being a serious plot point, I thought was really clever.
Yeah, I would agree. And both sides, the Camelot stuff and the Storybrooke stuff, was both really strong, and they don't always accomplish that.
I'm really enjoying Merida's intense. I mean, she's intense.
Yes, which fits her character.
I know, but it's just a lot of fun. Her just beating up on Rumple, And okay, Robert Carlyle is awesome in all versions of Rumpelstiltskin. I say that all the time, but any scene he's in is great.
He is amazing. I mean, he really is. He's in the Mr. Gold outfit, but he is like the original Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, he plays like 4 characters.
he really does.
I will still be very interested in seeing how they continue to develop his break. I thought today's was good. I still was a little
it's a first step for him.
Yeah, as long as it's a slow. I'm not sure it's going to be a slow transition as it should be. I don't know. I
mean, Merida seemed to think it was going to take a while.
Yeah,
so
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Because he
has a long history of being not brave.
His true love. I mean, his kid. He didn't do it for his kid. He didn't do it for his wife.
Builds up the only thing he would be brave for.
Yeah, but it still shouldn't. It still should show that it's still not much in his nature. You know what I mean? He's not a brave person.
Yeah.
The Merlin thing's very interesting too. First off, pretty clever to show us Merlin the first scene of the season.
Yeah,
and we don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure some people guessed it who are all. Talk about those things.
Yeah.
And then you just bring them out this episode. And
what are we, like 5 episodes in?
When you're like, okay, if they freed him, then why are we still in Storybrooke?
And a very interesting they tease that a bit with Emma maybe not being fully ready to be. I mean, because one of Emma's journeys this entire show has been, first to believe in magic. But then even after that, she had a hard time just accepting her position, just letting things go in general, if we were to go into Lost terminology. And it'll be interesting to see if they play with that, and that she wasn't ready to stop being the Dark One, even though she thought she was.
She has power now to do things that are...
I will be very interested to know what... Because we still don't know what Emma's endgame is, do we?
No, she still, at least she says that. Sounds like she's she's
doing something
for the right thing,
for the good. She might not be doing it in the best way, but she thinks she's doing something good. It's going to be interesting to see how that comes off if the writers play that well.
Just a little thing. Okay, the Dreamcatcher. She has a whole garage full of all the people's memories of town. That's what it looks like. And I think she has been hugging Henry's, I would guess. Now, here's the thing. If you want to hide a memory you don't want people to see, putting it on your kitchen counter instead of with like the dozens of other ones in your garage is probably not the best way to do it.
Yeah, and it was awfully convenient of Hook's story plot sense to just kick in. It's like, I should go check out this thing that's on the kitchen table. I mean, nitpicking here.
No, that's just normal Once Upon a Time sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It struck me for some reason when Merlin comes out and Merlin basically kind of chides Arthur for being disappointing. Mm-hmm. So, it's like Jacob and Ben. But and Arthur does this whole rebuttal thing. I just thought, man, this guy's... I really like the actor of Arthur. He has a lot of presence to him. He has that like sort of like barely contained intensity that really works after the last episode. Was the last episode when we learned that he was all...
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Well, but we learned he was... I agree. Arthur was better in this one, too. I liked him. They need to...
I'm just saying I like the actor a lot.
No, I do, too. I think he's been really good. But another reason I like this episode was they didn't show that crazy, like, we're going to take over the town, Arthur.
Yeah.
Which is a side like story that to me doesn't seem. I mean, who knows how it turns out? But right now, it doesn't seem like it needs to be there. It's an extra conflict that doesn't. Yeah. This episode was great. This had all the right pieces that we care about, and that taking over the town just doesn't seem.
It doesn't seem important at all.
No.
And for our pre-Halloween episode, we got some pumpkins in it. Like...
No Jack Skellington, though, yet.
Oh, man, no Jack Skellington.
It made me think of Disney World, because I was just there, and you got pumpkins. It's Halloween time at Disney World, and it made me think of that.
Oh, yeah. And
Peter Pumpkin Eater.
I was at Gold's shop.
Yeah, I saw your picture on Facebook about that. I don't think that was there when I was there 2 years ago, so that's pretty cool.
It was on there's a main road, not a main road, but... a road on Hollywood Studios, or the Disney's Hollywood Studios, that, like, it looks like it's just for filming or stuff. I don't know, like, what they normally do there, but none of the main shops there open. It's just, like, it's like a set.
Was it the area down by the
stunt driving.
Oh, okay, yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Which the stunt driving was amazing. But, they had it actually all decorated for Christmas. You could see, like...
So they have Halloween decorations and Christmas decorations?
No, they didn't have... In this part, they didn't have Halloween decorations and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But they had... Like, all the buildings were completely covered with Christmas lights. They had some huge... lights everywhere.
Okay.
But they had Gold Shop there. And they had different things in the window that you could... Like, were things from the show and stuff.
That's very awesome.
Bronson's things. That's cool.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't remember that one 2 years ago. They did have in the ABC commissary, they had a couple of costumes on display from Once Upon a Time.
Oh, yeah.
So
this was the only thing I saw other than they had billboards for Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
But other than that, I didn't see any other, like, shops or things that were...
You didn't get to go to Granny's at all.
Yeah, exactly. I could have...
The episode was so good. We're just talking about Disney World.
well, that's not
I know.
Once Upon a Time.
No, but this is probably one of the stronger.
His best episode is still not usually as good as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s awful episode, or mediocre episode.
No, but it did remind me a lot of, I don't know, season 1 in a sense, where I felt like they had their strongest stories. Yeah. It was like, this is good classic Once Upon a Time where all cylinders are firing.
And like, the crazy magic's to a minimum. You're just trying to find just the tier of law or whatever, kind of lost love.
Yeah.
Which is a very primal source. It just it didn't get lost in the minutia that Once Upon a Time sometimes gets lost in.
Mm-hmm.
It was very strong on the character.
Yeah. And again, all the motivations made sense. There wasn't anything that felt off the rails. So
No.
Good
everything combined together. Yeah, this has been a really strong half season so far. I mean, we think this is going to be a half season arc.
That's the rumor.
Okay.
So yeah,
we're certainly winding up to something right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think when their half season arcs usually end early December. So
something like that.
So we're probably about halfway through this half season.
We're quarter season through.
All right. But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did. If not, tell us why. You can leave a comment at our YouTube channel or, of course, at derailedtrainsofthought.blogspot.com. Meantime, this is Tim.
This is Nick.
And Zach is over there chewing some pretzels?
Nuts.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, good night.